Not all fast fashion is created equal. As a sustainable fashion creator, I want to shout to the hills, don't buy fast fashion. But that's unrealistic and hypothetical for many people. Sadly, we live in a fast fashion world. I don't like it. I try to mostly avoid it. But for many of us, fast fashion is what is most accessible and available. But as a consumer, you can make better choices no matter where you shop. So today I'm breaking down my fast fashion brand spectrum based on my experience and knowledge of these brands. Fast fashion is not created equal. After 5 years of researching sustainable fashion, I realized that not all fast fashion is created equal. Some brands are significantly worse than others when it comes to quality. They all have questionable labor and environmental policies, so I'm not giving them free passes, but you might get better value for your money and get clothes that last you longer from some other brands. So whether you're trying to shop more sustainably or just wanting to know where your favorite brands fall on the spectrum, this video will help you make more informed choices. I will explain my 3 main categories of fast fashion and share for you what I look for at each level. So before we dive in, I have a big disclaimer. Fast fashion will never be sustainable. The fast fashion business model, which prioritizes rapid production, low cost and high volume sales, is inherently problematic for both people and planet. But I also recognize that these brands remain the most accessible for many people due to geographic limitations, budget constraints, size inclusivity needs, and time constraints. So this video isn't about giving fast fashion a free pass, no. It's about helping you navigate the spectrum and make better choices from the brands that are most accessible to you. I want to help you build a better wardrobe where you shop. But if you're able to shop from sustainable brands, I have lots of information and videos to share and can help you with that. And I will always recommend this and thrifting as a better choice. Category 1, ultra fast fashion. At the worst end of the spectrum, we have ultra fast fashion, and these are brands like Shein, Fashion Nova, Temu, Boohoo, Pretty Little Thing. So what makes these brands particularly problematic? First, the sheer volume. Shein adds 2,000 new styles daily. That's not a typo. Traditional fast fashion brands might release a few hundred styles per week, but ultra fast fashion has accelerated this to unprecedented levels. Second, the prices. When you see dresses for $5 or tops for $3, that should be a red flag. These rock bottom price cannot support fair wages or quality materials. Third, the quality. The items are designed to be worn just a few times, sometimes just for one photo. I literally saw a video of a Shein shopping haul where the garment ripped straight out of the package. That's crazy. Fourth, the labor practices. These brands have repeatedly associated with the worst labor conditions, with multiple investigations finding workers earning as little as 3 cents per garment and working excessive hours. So if you're trying to make better choices, this category should be the first one to avoid, and especially avoid holes from there. I know that talking about Shein can be a touchy topic, but remember, these brands are relatively new. We dress before them and we can dress without. Category 2, traditional fast fashion. The middle category is what we typically think of as traditional fast fashion. These are brands like H&M, Zara, The Gap, Uniqlo, Old Navy. So these brands popularized the fast fashion model before the rise of ultra fast fashion. So they typically release collections weekly, but less than ultra fast fashion. They charge moderate prices like $15 to $50 for most items. They offer variable quality. Some pieces may last years, others months, and they have some sustainability initiatives here and there, although they're often criticized as greenwashing, and they probably likely are in my opinion, so I wouldn't get too excited about them just yet. But while still problematic, traditional fast fashions generally have slightly better quality control than ultra fast fashion. They have more public accountability due to their visibility and brick and mortar. There's a lot more pressure on them. So if you need to shop from these brands, this is what I suggest. Look at their premium lines because they often use better quality materials. Shop for basics rather than trendy items. They also have natural fibers like cotton and linen, and then opt for simple construction that is less likely to fall apart. So remember, even with these brands, quality varies dramatically, between items. I have some H&M pieces from 8 years ago, while others fell apart after a few wears. Category 3, contemporary fashion brands. This third category is what I call contemporary fashion or mid-range fashion. They aren't typically classified as fast fashion, but they are not sustainable or ethical brands either. So these include Madewell, J. Crew, Banana Republic, COS, Other Stories, Anthropology, Aritzia. So these brands typically charge higher prices like $50 to $200. For most items, they release fewer collections per year and offer better quality than traditional fast fashion and ultra fast fashion. And they use slightly better materials, but they still use quite a bit of polyester. So if you're looking for pieces that will last you longer, these brands often provide better value, despite a higher upfront cost. Like think about it, like an $80 sweater from Aritzia will last you 5 years, compared to like a $20 sweater that you'll have to replace like every season. And when you shop from these brands, I recommend focusing on their classic pieces rather than the trend-driven items. Think like a cotton shirt versus a trendy piece. Check for fabric composition, read the labels. They still use a lot of synthetics, but they do have some natural fabrics. Still look out for the quality constructions, like the stitching and lining. And while these brands aren't perfect, they generally represent a step up from traditional fast fashion brands in terms of quality and durability. But I also want to add here, if you shop regularly from these brands, you can likely afford clothes from sustainable fashion brands. So how to use the spectrum? So you can use the spectrum to make better choices. First, simply being aware of where your brand falls helps you make more informed decisions. So if you're currently, primarily shopping from ultra fast fashion brands, maybe shifting to traditional fast fashion is already a step up, is already an improvement. Second, use a spectrum to allocate your fashion budget. So if you can't afford to shop entirely from sustainable fashion brands, consider avoiding ultra fast fashion completely. Use traditional fast fashion for basic items like for cotton pajamas, hoodies, kids' clothes, and invest in contemporary fashion brands for durable basics like sweaters, button-down shirts, jeans. But remember, these brands have the same price as sustainable fashion brands, but you can still consider them. And third, remember that second-hand options exist at every price point. So you can find thrifted items in all these categories, and you can extend their life cycle regardless of their origin. Finally, no matter where you shop, applying mindful shopping principles like I've discussed in other videos, like if I wear it 30 times, will help you make better choices. I hope this breakdown helps you navigate the complicated world of fashion more mindfully. Being perfect isn't the goal, progress is. Each slightly better choice adds up over time. Understanding the spectrum will help you make even more informed decisions when sustainable fashion brands are not available or affordable. The key is to be intentional with your purchase regardless of where they're from. So if you want to learn exactly how to shop mindfully at fast fashion stores, I have a detailed video. And if you found this video helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe for more practical sustainability tips. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.